オンにして、
はい、3つです。1、2、押しっぱなしにしないです。押しっぱなしにされているのを確認してください。で、ここに最大。で、3つじゃないです。じゃあ4つだ。このランプが、ここ接触がですね、表示ない。ついてない。もっとはっきりですね。どこの接触が悪いの？喋ってる時必ず聞こえてるかどうかを。
これで入ってるか。
今入ってる。
はい。OK。で。Right. As our weekly action, we'd like to read out our statement against Japanese government and would like to hand in our statement later. Let's start.
Statement 2, Mr. Shinzo Abe, Prime Minister of Japan, and Mr. Kaishi Hayashi, Ambassador of Japan to the United Kingdom. We stand here today in solidarity with the people in Fukushima and Japan and demand a nuclear-free society.
Fukushima is not over. The tragedies have just begun. It could happen at any time, anywhere in the world. It is hard to understand how Japan can restart its nuclear reactors and export nuclear technology after Fukushima. We now know that a civil nuclear disaster results in devastation similar to a nuclear war. We have the right to live in a world free from nuclear brutality. Governments have an obligation to protect their citizens and future generations. Children played no part in the policy which led to the disaster of Fukushima, yet it is the young and unborn who are the most vulnerable to radiation. They are the future. Nothing is more important than protecting them.
Nuclear power, even without accidents, creates permanent and deadly contamination. It damages or destroys people's health, the ecosystem, and the environment. From uranium mining to nuclear waste, nuclear energy is incompatible with radiation, with life. Radiation has assaulted people in Japan, the UK, and other parts of the world repeatedly. We say enough is enough.
For the sake of our children and future generations, this planet must be protected from deadly nuclear contamination. We, as world citizens, demand the Japanese government implements the following: evacuate children and young people from contaminated areas, reinstate the pre-Fukushima radiation safety standards, provide uncontaminated water and food to all children and young people, free from medical checks and treatment for radiation exposure, monitor contamination accurately and publicise the data immediately, stop futile and costly decontamination projects, end the fake myth that radiation below the safety limit is safe, stop suppressing radiation-related health data and statistics, abolish nuclear energy and switch to renewables.
Abandon nuclear fuel recycling. Stop exporting nuclear power and the technology. Disclose up-to-date information on the state of the Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power plant. Take responsibility for decommissioning Fukushima reactors. Prosecute those responsible for the Fukushima nuclear catastrophe. Protect the civil rights of anti-nuclear and anti-radiation citizens. Respect freedom of expression and speech. Comply with Japan's no-nuclear weapon principles. Uphold the peace constitution. Hiroshima, Nagasaki, Fukushima. Japan should share the lessons of those tragedies with the international community and lead the world toward the nuclear-free future. Remember Fukushima. No to nuclear power. Remember Fukushima. No to nuclear power.
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 Remember Fukushima.
Remember Fukushima.
No to nuclear power.
No to nuclear power.
Shigeo Kobayashi on behalf of Jan UK. Reverend Joro Nagase on behalf of Nippon Zanmyo Hoji UK. Martin Rao on behalf of HIC Nuclear. Hiroko Inaba on behalf of the Society to Protect Chernobyl Children. Professor Dave Webb, Chairman on behalf of Campaign for Nuclear Disarmament. Dr. Kate Hudson, General Secretary on behalf of Campaign for Nuclear Disarmament. No to nuclear power.
No to nuclear power.
No to nuclear weapons.
No
to nuclear weapons as well. Remember Fukushima. Remember Fukushima. Remember Fukushima. Now, Anne is going to read out her anti-nuclear poems.
Fukushima, the 2011 tsunami across low-lying waters swept in, led to myriad loss of life and kin. It flooded the Daiichi reactor of nuclear power in one most fateful, praise-ridden hour, ripping its complex innards apart, leading to explosions loud, sharp. Officials immediately began the cover-up, but Geiger counters revealed the bluff. As radiation levels rose to dangerous highs, the Japanese government began its legacies of lies. 100,000 forced to leave their homes as the silent menace penetrated like demon drones. The world's shocked and stunned outcries were heard, but not for long, as most governments preferred to keep their love affair with the nuclear dream, despite ordinary people's warning scream. corporate business TEPCO still pushes its wares, bending to investors' lust for shares. Ignoring scientific findings of nuclear clusters, radiation increases amid the Daiichi manager's blusters. Now, as polluted waters leak into the seas, you listen and act upon the agitator's pleas. This poem is dedicated to Nobu, Ishiko, and Atsuko after nuclear train campaigning in Brixton.
Thank you, Anne.
What shall we do with the nuclear waste? What shall we do with the nuclear waste? What shall we do with the nuclear waste for 100,000 years? Ay up, now it's leaking. Ay up, now it's leaking. Ay up, now it's leaking. Wish we'd never got it. Put it in a box with guards all round it. Put it in a box with guards all round it. Put it in a box with guards all round it. Give them lots of weapons. Ay up, now it's leaking. Ay up, now it's leaking. Ay up, now it's leaking. Wish we'd never got it. Put it in the sea and poison the fishes. Put it in the sea and poison the fishes. Put it in the sea and poison the fishes. Radioactive killers. Ay up, now it's leaking. Ay up, now it's leaking. Ay up, now it's leaking. Wish we'd never got it. Put it in the earth and hope it won't quake. Put it in the earth and hope it won't quake. Put it in the earth and hope it won't quake for 100,000 years. Ay up, now it's leaking. Ay up, now it's leaking. Ay up, now it's leaking. Wish we'd never got it. Put it in glass and hope it won't break. Put it in glass and hope it won't break. Put it in glass and hope it won't break for 100,000 years. Ay up, now it's leaking. Ay up, now it's leaking. Ay up, now it's leaking. Wish we'd never got it. Lots more police and lots more prisoners. Lots more police and lots more prisoners. Lots more police and lots more prisons. Everyone's a suspect. Ay up, now it's leaking. Ay up, now it's leaking. Ay up, now it's leaking. Wish we never got it. What shall we do with the nuclear waste? What shall we do with the nuclear waste? What shall we do with the nuclear waste for 100,000 years? Ay up, now it's leaking. Ay up, now it's leaking. Ay up, now it's leaking. Wish we never got it.
Hiroshima song on the back.
We'll sing it. Japanese.
Okay, to take this occasion, I like to sing Furusato Japanese song, which is Home Sweet Home in translation. Usagi oishi kano yama kobu natsu nishi Another song about Hiroshima. ふるさとの街あかね緑の骨焼け土今は広い花咲く原爆を再び許すまじ原爆をこれらの街に Thank you. Right. No more Fukushima. Remember Fukushima. No to nuclear power. No to
nuclear power.
No to nuclear power.
No to nuclear power.
No to nuclear power.
No to nuclear power.
No to nuclear power.
No to nuclear power.
No to nuclear power in Japan and in the world and in UK especially. No to nuclear power.
No to nuclear power.
No to nuclear power.
No
No to nuclear power. Now we would like to hand in a copy of statement and updates. Thank you.